What's going on, everybody? My name is Nedia16, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. In the last episode, we finished off everything that Jellyfish Felds had to offer for us, and it included fighting and taking out the King Jellyfish, getting the Jellyfish Jelly back to Squidward so he could heal his nose. We came back to Bikini Bottom and spent 3,000 shiny objects to buy a bonus battle from Mr. Krabs. And in this episode, we're going to be moving on to the next area of Bikini Bottom. But before we do that, I have to make a quick announcement. My audio is probably going to sound a little bit different, only because I've been having some mic issues recently. The cord for my microphone has been very finicky, and I wanted to record today so I could have videos about before I move back in to my apartment for college before spring break is over, because all this week when these videos were going up, I've been recording and editing them on spring break. So I've been wanting to, I wanted to get some more videos recorded before I move back in tomorrow, so I'm doing it now, and I didn't want to fight with my microphone tonight, so I'm using the microphone on my headphones, which it's a good pair of headphones, and it's a good microphone, so it's not going to be that bad. It's just not going to be as good as what it previously was, so I just had to make that announcement. But, audio issues aside, let's not waste any more time. The next area of Bikini Bottom is right here. Downtown Bikini Bottom. I really need to change the camera for that. Sounds like there's a lot of chaos going back here, so let's get in there before anything bad happens, I guess.
Downtown Bikini Bottom. Once a bustling metropolis, now a debris-covered crater.
Spongebob, the robots are destroying Downtown Bikini Bottom. We have to evacuate!
All right, but it's gonna take a while to get all this dust.
Not vacuum, evacuate. We have to get everyone to safety.
Can we just load them up in the boats?
That won't do any good.
Why not?
Because the robots have taken all the steering wheels.
Couldn't we just drive in a straight line?
No, there are too many turns.
Those fiends, they thought of everything. Never fear, Mrs. Puff. I'll get those steering wheels back.
Spongebob, if you're involved, I always fear. But I tell you what, if you can pull this off, I'll give you a golden spatula.
How about a driver's license instead?
Nice try.
Honestly, I think the robot's plan here actually makes sense because they took all the steering wheels for the boats and now the people can't evacuate the city. They could evacuate on foot, but I mean, look how far that is to get out there. I wouldn't want to walk that either. Alright, Downtown Bikini Bottom is a very big area. There's going to be a lot to see and do here. So let's get started before we waste any more time. First things first, right up here, steering wheel. First steering wheel. That's the first collectible. This is our first area with multiple collectibles. The first one just had one objective. This area's objective is to get multiple collectibles. There are 11 steering wheels, which you'd think with a city this big there'd be more than just 11 cars in the city, but whatever, maybe everyone's carpooling, I guess. We're not going to talk about it. This is our first area with multiple collectibles. So keep in mind of that, we're going to be going through multiple areas trying to find them. Once we get 11, we get a gold spatula. Up here, new robot. This is Arf. They charge at you, they breathe. When they go AoE, they breathe this, or they should breathe that gas, but he didn't do it for some reason. They breathe out this smelly gas that hurts you, and then they run away for like 5 seconds and come back. They're not hard at all. They're kind of fast, so they can get kind of annoying and hit you when you're least expecting it, so just be wary of that, but you should be just fine. Over here, we have another cannon. This one is shooting sinks and furniture. Or actually, this one might just be sinks. There's another one later that's shooting furniture. This one is shooting sinks. So the cannon is actually homing. So you want to stand near these towers of stone tikis with thunder tikis on top. By aiming up a little bit, you can actually get. Come on. By constantly doing this, you'll get the cannon to aim high. Actually, don't need to do this. You don't. Okay, let me restart. You have these towers with the thunder tikis on top. You're supposed to use the cannon to get the towers, to hit the cannon to hit the thunder tikis at the top to destroy the towers. Excuse me. You don't need to do that. Would you stop? I'm trying to get on this. I am gonna die. However, you don't need to do that. You can hit that one, and then you can get the other 3 just by... Alright. Oh, wow. Alright, let me start from the beginning. Okay. We have this cannon that's homing and is shooting sinks. Where it's getting all these sinks, I have no idea. Maybe it's manufacturing from scratch. Maybe it went through every single building in Downtown Bikini Bottom and is using its sinks. I don't know. You're supposed to use the cannon to hit the thunder tikis at the top of each of these towers. However, you don't have to do that. This one you do because you can't get up there. Just by standing a little bit away, you'll get the cannon to fire back farther. That was too far. You have to stand a little bit away from the cannon, or stand a little bit away from the tower, and the cannon will aim high. This one stand right about here. And this one, just jump on the rock, jump on the lamppost, and hit it. All there is to it. And hey, the cannon can also kill robots, which is great. Once you hit all these buttons, then you'll be rewarded. I'm very tired. I've been up since like 8 this morning, and I have to get up early tomorrow as well. So I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, and somehow by hitting all these buttons, we have an anvil drop, and we get a golden spatula on top of the tower. My god, that should not have been as hard to explain as it was. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Hopefully my terrible explanation didn't hinder you in trying to complete this challenge, but at the same time it might have. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna come over here now. There isn't really anything back here, I just want to show it off. There is a tartar. Excuse me. And there's a sock back here. So, this one, that spatula is called Tiki's Go Boom. So over nearby Tiki's Go Boom, you'll see this destroyed building. There's a sock in the left half of the destroyed building. You'll see that on screen, but... Sorry about that. You'll see that on screen with the prompt, with the text, but I just want to describe it as well. Again, reminder, I'm going to be labeling the socks in the order I'm collecting them in the series, not in the order that you should be collecting them, or in the order that they're supposed to be collected. You can actually... I don't know if I can even do this. Okay, maybe not. Okay, I'll explain that in a second. Okay, that's not how you're supposed to do that, but you can do that. By using these 3 tikis here, jumping off, doing 2 full jumps by pressing down the A button for as long as possible, and jumping a second time at the peak of your first jump, you can grab onto this awning up here and get that wheel. Hit this giant button, open that, grab the sponge ball, and go through. So sponge ball, basically, well, I can explain it actually. So sponge ball, you roll around, you're very fast, you can't jump. If you hit anything, you jump out of it. You can also change your direction, you bounce, you have a lot more momentum. If you press any button, you will come out of the sponge ball, so you can't jump out of it. It's very simple. It's mostly just for moving quickly. This robot is called G-Love. The best way to deal with it is to bubble bounce him from above. That rhymed. Gary, how you're able to push that anvil off to destroy the other one, I will have no idea. G-Love, once you get its AoE, it will start spinning and attack you. It will not, you can actually get out its AoE, but it will actually not stop as long as you're in its AoE. It will actually not stop attacking you. As it's, you can actually get hit by it, and it'll go into laughing animation, and you can kill it that way. However, like it said, the best way to deal with it is to bubble bounce it from the top, which we will show off when I get the chance. I'm talking very fast in this episode, like I said, because I'm trying to get it recorded before I get everything. There is a sock up there. We shouldn't be able to get that yet, I don't believe. I believe you can probably manipulate it somehow if you try hard enough, but as of right now, it's not really worth it. We have these bottles of hot sauce on the ground that hurt you if you touch them. This is actually an example of something in this game that kind of bothers me. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say it bothers me. It's an example of something in this game that's pretty prevalent. This is how you're supposed to get the wheel the other way, by the way. It's that a lot of levels in this game have mechanics or ideas in them that aren't ever really used, because these bottles of hot sauce on the ground are never used at all later in the game, and it kind of sucks because there's a lot of really creative ideas. So on one hand, it sucks that these really creative ideas don't get used more, but on the other hand, it's actually kind of cool because it makes every level feel unique, because it's not constantly reusing the same assets over and over again. So it makes every level feel unique, and it makes this game truly feel like it has a charm of its own. I have another one of these. If you're wondering how I did that, I canceled the bubble bounce animation by leaning up against it, and I canceled the bubble bounce animation by basically going up against the button and doing that against it, and you'll hit the button before it actually activates. That's hard to describe. That's a speedrunning trick. I thought I wasn't going to be doing speedrunning tricks very much, but that's a really easy one that isn't really worth much in the whole grand scheme of the game, so I did it anyways. Let's keep on moving, I guess. There's a steam wheel over here near this G-Love. I'm going to check out G-Love the normal way. 3D platformer, look for your shadow above them. That's the best way to deal with them.
3 years running. Thank you.
That's another new thing Spongebob says. You can't hit the Thunder Tikis through the fence here, so you have to find another way to get through it. Here's the bank, which is pretty cool. You don't see this often, which is pretty neat. I'll jump up here. You can actually get on top of the bank, I guess, which isn't really worth anything. You can also go through the fence, apparently. We have another cannon shooting sinks and furniture, so these robots just really went into people's buildings and stole all their sinks and all their furniture. Again, these robots really have priorities. Just go ahead and hit this button. And that opens that. We could not get across this gap otherwise, so we have to do this. Go ahead and turn to Spongeball. And you can get out of it and jump out of it. Very simple. You actually can get down here, though. Excuse me. I don't even know how you hit me, to be honest with you. You can get down here, though, and jump and get some shiny objects as well. You also don't need to get the sponge ball. You can just jump across. Very simple. Now, if you'll excuse me. Just like with any other robot, you can use other robots to kill G-Gloves. Okay. These red lines right here are out of bounds. If you go out of bounds for too long, you will die, so just be wary of that. It's basically an invisible wall, not quite invisible wall. By hitting this button, that person apparently has access to their windows. Sure. Yeah, this area is definitely not as linear as the first level, and that's gonna be a running theme from the levels here on out. As the areas are gonna start getting less and less linear as the game's gonna go on, which is obviously not a problem, but it's just something to point out. Because this level is clearly not linear in the slightest. We'll get that sock later. Lots of twists, lots of turns. Just like Mrs. Puff said, there are too many turns here. Nowhere else to go over here, I guess. Grab that. I don't want to get that one.
From the inside. Who would do such a thing?
SpongeBob's just dancing the beat of his own drum, I guess. The door's locked from the inside, so we're gonna have to find a way to get in and unlock it. Why that needs to be unlocked, I have no idea. Why these things are slippery, I have no idea. But jump up here, grab a sock. The logic in this game doesn't make any sense, and it's okay. We love it. Back there is the anchor. If you watch SpongeBob, you'll know that Mr. Krabs lives in an anchor, so that's apparently Mr. Krabs' house back there. Nice touch, I think.
Roll the sponge.
Then roll through here. Not roll through there. That's actually okay because we need to do all this anyways. You're technically not supposed to get this one yet. Oh, I think you can. Hold on. Maybe you can't. Okay. I think you can technically get that one now if you were smart, but I'm not, so we're not gonna worry about that quite yet. Over here, excuse me, we have the Sea Needle. This is gonna be important later. This is probably gonna be the last thing we're gonna do. No. It's probably gonna be the last thing we're gonna do here in Downtown Bikini Bottom. So just be ready for that. That's a really cool area over there. One of my favorites in Downtown Bikini Bottom. One of my favorites in the game, actually. We have a Duplicatotron. We have to get through this hole over here. We want to get to him, so let's go ahead. Arf, don't get in my way, please. Wait, that's not Arf, that's Chompbot. I am so stupid.
Gary? Meow? Yes, thanks for noticing. I have been working out. Meow. Not done? Doesn't that mean... Meow? Oh, that's the entrance to the rooftops, which leads to the lighthouse? Uh-huh. There's another golden spatula. I could really use that. Meow. What do you mean, get Sandy to help me? I can get through this. Meow, meow. Oh, that gap looks big. Okay, I'm definitely not making that jump. How is anyone going to get across there? Uh-oh, more robots. Holy Dutchman's ghost! That gap looks impossible! And impassable! Okay, I'll go get Sandy to help me out.
Cool, alright. I'm actually very stupid and didn't do my research for this episode. The dog robots that shoot the gas are not ARFs. Those are Chompbots. ARF is a later robot. We'll see him in a future level. Those are Chompbots, not ARFs. I'm very sorry. Alrighty. Those gaps did indeed look impassable. Well, as much as it might hurt us, we might actually have to get Sandy to help us out here. Go ahead and do that, open up all that. What do you mean? Are you really saying I can't get through there? Okay, fine. Alright. I think that should be everything in the main area of downtown. There are a couple other things we could get. Actually, no, there isn't. Except for the Sea Needle, which we'll get later. That's all we can do for right now in the main area of downtown. Jump up here. Also, I would ask the tried and true 3D platformer question of how did that golden spatula get up there, but if you've ever played a 3D platformer collectathon, then you don't need to ask that question anymore, because it'd be like asking how the Jiggy's Adventure Kazooie got where they were, or how the Stars of Mario got where they were. Don't question it, it's game logic. Other than that, though, we have gaps that look impassable and a bus stop here. That can only mean one thing. We have a new playable character. Next time on Let's Play SpongeBob SquarePants Battle of Bikini Bottom, we're going to be playing as Sandy. Sandy Cheekspeaks, I should say. If you like this part, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around for more content. I will see you guys later. Peace out.